Thank goodness it's here. Let's see the result. The taste is wonderful. I feel brain caffeinated, concentration maxed out, work engaged. Now, where was I? Satellite analysis. It's like calculating elliptical movements using integrals. Cancel out this, introduce auxiliary variables, then plug it into this formula. So the integral constant here is also the time where it passes peristron. The vector expression of the spacecraft is the same as the elliptical trajectory. That is to say... you must be fascinated too. How selfish of me to keep all this beautiful science to myself. Come, take a look. Well, to learn about artificial satellites, we need to start from the beginning. Satellites, nature's companion. Many think that a satellite is simply something revolving around another. But is a planet a satellite? But then would a binary system be a satellite? Well, it is still an important question. But then there are meteorites, moons, asteroids, even old world space trash. Space trash! Fascinating, truly. Sorry. My mind is wandering. So many thoughts, ideas, hypotheses. If you don't mind, I'll tell you about it another time. I can't seem to find my journal. Forget it. I'll start another one. But my research, the acceleration caused by solar wind, surface to mass ratio. You're here. And not in the ruins getting my materials. That's interesting. Well, don't forget that my research depends on you completing your task, so definitely consider completing your task. Thank you.
Thank you. Howdy. Yeah. See ya. Howdy. Yeah?
Good to see you, partner. So let's get started. Take your position. We got a free lane over there. Get over there and show me your best stance. All right, that ain't bad. You want to keep your stance strong and secure. Remember, when you shoot, you're going to have crazy recoil. Good shooting's about control. Now, watch me shoot. Tell me what you notice. So, what do you think? That's right. My stance gives me complete control. I'm stable enough to reduce the recoil, and my aim is solid. A strong stance is really the first important step. If you aren't in control, your aim is going to be all over the place. If you aren't holding strong, then that recoil is going to be kicking you onto your backside real quick. You know, you should have seen my old boss shoot. Guy can shoot the goggles off a giggle and not even draw blood. Heck, I've seen folks just throw down their weapons after a look from the guy. Anyway, next up is grip. Grip is just as important as your stance, all right? With the weak grip, that gun of yours will kick right out of your hands when you shoot. During Unshure's training, gun shot out of his hand and knocked out a couple of teeth. Had to get them replaced. Don't remember which ones, though. You want to cover all the gaps on the grip with your hands. Get your main hand holding the gun, thumb pointing forward. Get it right up there. Don't hold too low now. Next up, wrap your other hand around, making sure you're supporting it. Also means you got the freedom to react if necessary. I like your confidence. Just don't blame me if you lose a couple teeth. Once you got your stance and grip down, well, that's the basics. There's much more to shooting than this, mind, but that'll come with practice. All right, let's have a little competition, eh? Tell you what, how about we make it interesting? If I win, we hit the blue moon, and you're buying. If you win, well, I reckon that ain't gonna happen, so you choose. I ain't going to the game center in a while. I might be a little rusty. I guess that'll be round 2. Let's shoot some targets. All right, 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Let's see how you do. 15 seconds. Let's go. Hey, Builder, what's your workout routine? Yesterday, I finally got... Dang, good one. All right, again. Good aim. You got quite the draw, ain't you, partner? You're shaping up to be a real sharpshooter. We used to have competitions like this back when I was just a regular Civil Corps officer. Whoever won used to have to buy the rounds at the Blue Moon. Then when B3 left, I was really the only one left to become sheriff. I never thought I was ready. Big boots and all. But you do what you got, right? Thanks. But you ain't got to flatter me, partner. I do what I can for this town. It means everything to me. Every day I'm trying to be half the man he was. Well, I mean, with his missing eye, leg, and arm, I guess all I have to be is just a quarter of a man? Dang, and I can't even get that. Unsure came shortly after that. Never met the old man, but he fit into the Civil Corps well enough. And we were lacking for members at the time. Main thing B3 taught me about guns, though. Safety. Last lesson, and by far most important. Number 1, trigger discipline. You keep that finger off the trigger, unless you're aiming to shoot. Don't want you taking a trip to Fanes because you shot your own foot off by being careless, let alone what you can do to others. Number 2, never, I repeat, never aim your gun at something you ain't fixing to take down. These things ain't toys, partner. That's an order straight from Civil Corps. I ain't messing around. You hear me? All right, that about wraps it up for today. So, you won our bet. That means you're calling the shots now. Do you want to go now? All right, just let me know if you want to hang. I'll call it the team building event.
Hey there! Fancy seeing you here. Hey, come check out this view. It's only right here that you can see both valleys of the canyon. But if I'm being honest, I really just came here to admire our handiwork from a different angle. You know, when I said my master Verna would be proud, actually, I'm not so sure about that. She's more into deconstructivist architecture. Oh, sorry, that's... No. You don't Deconstructivism is a design thing. You deconstruct all the rules that you're supposed to follow, then actively set out not to follow those rules. The result is usually something pretty odd-looking, but neat. You know, if you're good at it. Verna's probably one of the first architects since the Old World that uses this style. And I was pretty good at it too. It's just that this bridge doesn't really need the extra bells and whistles. Know what I mean? Here's one for you. Verna used to ask us this as new apprentices. Would you rather build something really beautiful or really useful? Exactly, yes. The world being the way it is, that's what we have to be doing. Making the free cities a better place for those who need it, with useful constructions. Master Verna, however, doesn't see things that way. Anyone can make something that gets the job done, she'd say. All of you are here to turn your plain ponderings of purposeless pavement piles into things of divine beauty. And though I do and always will appreciate a good alliteration, that ended up not being the path for me. Now don't get me wrong, I love superfluous geometric patterns on my buildings as much as the next gal. It's just, I couldn't stay in Atara working on vanity projects, knowing that the people I care about were here hurting. So after I finished my apprenticeship, I packed my bags, tossed all my job offers in the trash can, and bought a one-way ticket back to Sandrock. My master, she's a piece of work. You know the last thing she said to me? She showed up at the train station with one of those weird little pigs of hers tucked under her arm, just to squeak out one last, "You're wasting your talent." But when I see this bridge we built, this plain old run-of-the-mill, just doing its job and nothing else, very non-deconstructivist bridge, I know in my heart that I did the right thing in coming back home. We saved Sandrock, you know? This won't be our last fight, but very well could have been. It's good having you on the team. I hope you'll stay here. At least till we can turn things around for this town. Well, shucks. I didn't mean to tell you my whole life story. You probably got places to be, huh? I'll probably stick around and soak in the view a bit longer. I've rested long enough. About time I headed back. That was fun. We should hang out more. Later. Any luck with those materials? Well, no rush, but wouldn't it be nice to have a sand wall before the next sandstorm hits? Assuming it works, of course. When I studied in Atara. Catch you later.
Hey, we got started without you. Hope you don't mind. So, yeah, like I was saying, I've tried everything. Drilling, heat, dropping it off the crane lift.
Yes. I don't suppose you have a steel ball on you, do you?
Oh, sure, but... What the...
Here's your bar back.
Thank you, Director. Whoa, look at all this old stuff. And there's a letter. I hope you're reading this under the light of the sun again and not still from the darkness. It's been 60 years since that event, which some people are starting to call the Day of Calamity. I hope this capsule can travel through time and show that whatever happened, there was some warmth in these dark times. Wishing you luck and a bright sun, Hicks. By Peach! It's a time capsule from the Age of Darkness! From right around the time of the first Builder Victor! What are the odds of us finding this? Wow, and everything here is preserved perfectly. What do you want to look at?
Unfortunate. Based on the approximate age of the box, I was hoping we'd find something undiscovered. These are all objects of interest, but I'm afraid none are particularly unique.
This letter has a bunch of stuff about gangs and hurting people. Director, was the Age of Darkness really that bad?
Ah, I hadn't realized you had failed your history classes. How surprising. Allow me to enlighten you. Yes. In fact, this letter is rather tame in its descriptions. In the first 50 years after the Day of Calamity, the surviving population were lucky to locate even one proper meal per day, resulting in desperate panic and constant tribe-like warfare over resources. In combination with the poor nutrition, poor hygiene, and lack of sunlight, which led to various physical ailments and illnesses, the result was the lowest average life expectancy in human history. All in all, the era is quite suboptimal for research, and I, for one, am rather glad to exist currently.
Gosh, that sounds so horrible! But at the same time, it really is amazing there were people back then like Hicks here who never lost hope. Can you imagine? If it wasn't for heroes like Hicks and Peach, we might still be underground and worrying about where our next meal might come from. Director...
Social history is not exactly an interest of mine. I suggest if you have more questions, you do your own research or someone who cares.
Sure, Director. Thanks for all your help. Wow, what a find! I knew a bit about the Age of Darkness, but this is my first time getting such a hands-on experience with history. We need to try hard to carry on the legacy of these people from the past. That gives me an idea. Say, why don't we make our own time capsule? It could be our chance to contribute our knowledge and experiences to the people of the future. Director, could you draw us out a...
No.
Fine. I mean, it's just a box. How hard could it be to come up with a design? Why don't you let me figure out what it's made of, and I'll send you a diagram as soon as possible. I knew you'd be into it. While you're working on it, I'll gather up some historical stuff we can put in there. Maybe we can provide the people of the future with something more substantial than our old pal Hicks. Anyway, once you're done, bring the box to me. Then we'll go bury it. Oh, and let's each also bring one personal item that we want to send to the future. Make sure it's something that doesn't expire. Okay, it's a plan. Catch up with you soon.
My journal! Where did you find it? So much of my research is now returned. Thank you. I highly appreciate it.
Hey there. Howdy. Oh, thank you.
You came. Pablo said he's ill today, and Heidi's wrapped up with work, as usual. You've got the fireworks. Well, we're the only ones, but we might as well enjoy the show. Why don't we set them up? It would have been nice to have the whole group together, though. They're a little unpredictable sometimes. It's kind of typical. They're basically one mind. Well, they're like siblings. They've been friends since they were little. But it's not like me and Arvio. We don't quite joke around as much. You know, I was hesitant to even come and watch the fireworks, but I just thought it would be fun for us all to get together. I can't help but feel something like this is just a bit of a waste of time. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't say that. I forgot today is your special celebration. Sorry. I spoke without thinking. I didn't offend you, did I? That's good. You know, when I was little, I watched the fireworks in Sandrock. I don't really remember it very well, though. But you're right. Sometimes, when I look at the moon, I think of my parents so far away that we're all looking at the same moon in the same sky. I wish there was a passage through our eyes to transport us there in a moment's notice. No need to worry about money, no need to worry about time. But, look at me, going on. Sorry, I don't know what's come over me. Perhaps it's these beautiful lights, and you here. Oh, okay, I take it back. It's beautiful. You really did an amazing job. These are stunning. Simply magnificent. Look. Though I do wish Pablo and Heidi could make it. You know, I always thought fireworks were superficial. But actually, perhaps I'm the one that's shallow. It's okay to enjoy moments like these. What do you mean? You're saying you really like me? I've always thought. Sorry, I'm just not ready yet. I can't let my feelings complicate things. At least not until my shop is doing better. Everyone needs to have a clear plan for their life, don't they? Just to know what you want. Then it can just fall into place. I mean, aren't you also still figuring things out in your life? I want to be stronger. I don't want to rely on others to protect me. I want to focus on my future and what is right ahead of me. Why don't you focus on your career? Aren't you already one of the top workshops? I understand. You're not one to rest on your laurels. That's something I really like about you. I also think that way. And that's actually the main reason I haven't been in a relationship so far. I think it's something that you really have to commit to. And I don't know if that's possible while I'm also striving to be the best pottery maker at the same time. So, how about this? If in the near future, we both achieve the position we want to be in, then it'll prove that we can balance both our feelings and our careers when that time comes. Well, what do you say? Good. I'll be rooting hard for you. And yes, let's also try going out once every week. Well, that's it, I suppose. Looks like the sky has cleared up. I really didn't expect tonight to be so amazing. But it's getting late. Time to retire. And... don't forget our promise. My brother and I used... Thanks a lot. Catch you later. It's not easy to turn your passion into a career. I'll follow your lead. When I was young, I really liked to paint. But since we were poor, my parents couldn't afford to buy me any paints or brushes. That was okay though. I made my own. I got pigments from plants, ingredients from clay and marble. Arvio helped me gather these. That taught me something. When life doesn't hand you anything, get your own. Thanks a lot. It's not easy to turn...
How fortunate of us to have crossed paths. It just so happens that you're my first customer of the day. Tell me, how's your brother doing? Perfect. That reminds me. I'm looking for someone to cooperate with on a little side gig of mine. If you're the right person for the job, there could be a lot of profit to be made. Want to hear my offer? You know of cooking, right? Basically, it's building with food. Hence my interest in working with you. No need to find a professional chef. That'll be too pricey. Anyway, I was traveling through Seaside, and I picked up a few of their signature peppers. They range from the super spicy, to the hyper numbing, to the ultra pungent. All uniquely delicious, borderline nutritious, and go well with just about any dish. And by any dish, in this case, I mean noodles. As something of a noodle connoisseur myself, I have a keen nose for what makes them pop. My thoughts are that these peppers may very well hold the key to reaching noodle nirvana. But why stop at just filling our stomachs when we could fill our wallets as well? I'm sure that once someone creates the dish I have in mind, people will be lining up for decades just to get one whiff of them. Me? Oh, I don't cook. Which brings me to my point. You have a cooking station. That makes you as qualified as anyone. Once you get the dish right, I'll sell the recipe all around the free cities. We'll do it real fair, real amicable-like, nice and square, 70-30. Well, someone's acting shrewd. I tell you what, I'm in a good mood today, and I like your backbone. 50-50 it is. I'll concede a bit and give you my peppers, but don't think my first offer wasn't fair now. Good. It's a deal then. Now, my only hope is that you might succeed where others have failed. For this dish, let me be as precise as possible. You'll first need a bone broth as the base, and the noodles should be handmade with flour. Before boiling them, you'll need to add some leafy vegetables, as well as some seasoned fresh meat. Then, it's time to add my seaside peppers. I've blended 18 peppers and spices together to make my own secret seasoning. My senses are tingling just thinking about it. Builder, if you pull this off, we'll become a part of culinary history. In any case, you'd best figure this out in the next 3 days. You know how I roll, right? Can't stay in any place for more than 3 days. Usually it's 2. I'm doing you a favor here. Plus, there are others out there who can build things with food, you know. Come find me when you've created the dish. Yeah, with a life like mine.
Good. It seems you followed my instructions to not make any mistakes. These materials will do. Good. It was no small task, but it's done. I almost hate to put the suit back into the field, as impeccable as it looks now. But alas, bound to the pursuit of knowledge, I must. Play. What? No, of course not. Don't be daft. The mobile suit is not for playing. It is for very serious adult things only. And science. Those incapable of offering the esteem which must be given to the suit and suit-related activities may not pilot the suit. But since you have been such a help, you may look at it from time to time. I must return to my work. Perhaps you should go play. Builder! What year is it? Oh, I see. Still in this timeline. Unfortunate. Thank you.
Quizzically question client.
Thank you.
That ball of paper. Can I have a look? I think it might be mine. No, I didn't mean to litter. I'm sorry. I dropped it out of my window in a fit of frustration earlier. Thank you. It suddenly occurred to me that I'd written a particularly beautiful sentence on this piece. I'm sure it seems strange to rifle through trash finding a single sentence, but to a writer, inspiration comes but at a moment's notice. But I couldn't remember what it was I wrote. Let me see. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. No, that's awful. No one would remember that. What was I thinking? The stars glisten with the light of 1,000 lives. A diamond, an oath, a promise. This sentence, what do you think? You don't like it? Sometimes I kind of get wrapped up in a writing metaphor. Perhaps its readability suffers. I'm just trying to say that stars are like diamonds, and that diamonds represent true love. I guess it's, just a metaphor. Since coming to Sandrock, I've almost spent all of my savings. As a writer, I don't have much of an income before each release. So, in order to stay here and write my books, I need an income to supplement my daily expenses, and I can't just ask my family for more money. So, my wondrous, amazing, kind builder, I have a request. For the sake of helping those in dire straits, eating nothing but the specials at the Blue Moon, could I ask you for a discount next time I need your services? Looks like you're a bit of a stickler for the rules, huh? Don't worry, I was joking with you. I'm not quite at that level yet, thankfully. I'll pay you whatever you need. Well, today has been enlightening. Thank you so much for your inspiration, and also for keeping me company. But I really have to run. These articles don't write themselves, you know.
Hey!
Bye-bye.
Yeah, with a life like...
Howdy. I've been situated here in Sandrock. Thanks.
Hello. Impressive. Thanks.
Hey there! See ya!
Thanks.
Thank you.
The savory broth. I can feel it in my joints. Is that yak mill I taste? Excellent choice. Oh, and the noodles are so fresh. And the veggies really balance out the spice. Even my wife would love this, and she's... Whoop! Noodles almost made me spill the beans. Builder, you've done it. This dish is exquisite. I'm going to take this across the free cities. I surmise that the demand will be high. Gosh, you don't know how many other people I went through trying to get this recipe right. But you're the one. The one who can bend noodles to your very will. I think I'll call them Chauji Malato no Dele Pleasantatious Man. That's sea sign for makes you drool with joy. Because they make me drool. I'm gonna trademark that. Anyway, I'm going to start talking to restaurant owners in other cities. Meanwhile, feel free to start selling the recipe around here in Sandrock. Maybe you can work something out with that saloon guy. What's his name? Joe? Just don't sell the recipe for anything less than 200 goals. Got me? Okay, we're pals now, so I'm gonna share with you a couple tricks of the trade. First rule of making a deal, you gotta ease into it. Don't just strike straight at the heart of the matter. Ask them about their family or something. Remember how I did? Second rule, always let them know you've got other options. Make them desperate. That's all. I'll be on my way. I'll send you any profit share later.
Howdy.
See ya.
Howdy. Uh-huh. Yep. What? Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. 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 Yep. Now here's a favorite of mine. Back when Martel and Mort stuck around after many people left after the initial Great Relic Rush, the two of them tried to make the most of what was left of Sandrock. They noticed real quick that after adventurers had cut down so much of the forest and trees, sand was starting to blow over the remaining greenery. The result was pretty much what you see here today. Still, Mort and Martel were committed to keeping this place alive. So they started trying all sorts of weird things to make the soil better. Though things were looking grim, they always tried to keep their spirits high by doing little things for each other. They used to stick straw into the sand and write messages. I love you. Happy birthday. Take a bath. You know, cutesy stuff like that. Turns out straw sticks in the sand for a long time, and it actually slows down the sand that gets blown across the desert. Just by maintaining a positive outlook and being cheery, they made a huge discovery that was just the thing we needed to turn the tide on the sandstorms. Kinda inspiring, don't you think? I mean, I guess you could say that the book they found on old world agricultural techniques has played a greater role in our recovery, but I think the story is better just leaving that part out.
Wow.
Ha
Thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
try to find it. Thanks.
See ya!
Thank you. See you around. Thank you.
Oh.
Howdy! Howdy!
Thank you.